All right, I'm going to give everybody a chance to jump on. Once this gets approved, I think the invites I'm sending should go out. I think. I'm not quite sure how that works. So we're just going to wait and see. I hope everybody's having a good Saturday night. And I'm just going to wait and see for everybody to get the notifications pop on. I posted earlier my cup order I got in today. So I know I got a lot of messages early this morning and some last night about going live whenever I got my cups in. So I went ahead and prepped them this afternoon. I took them out of the box, took the lids off, I washed them, I sprayed them with alcohol and wiped them down, and then I spray painted them. Okay. Okay. Now I got the approval notification, so I should start. Hey guys, it kind of blacked out for a second as people started jumping on. I hope everybody's having a good Saturday. If you're here, drop a hello. I'm going to give everybody a chance to get the notifications and the invitations I sent for the tutorial before we start. Okay. And we're going to do, hi Nikki. Yeah, I'm giving everybody a chance to jump on tonight. I've been trying to set this up for the past 10 minutes and I was kind of going back and forth. And then I remembered that I forgot to tell anybody that I was going to go live so I could get the approval right away to you guys. I got my cup order in. All right. I hope everybody's having a fantastic Saturday. If you're here, drop a hi. Let me know you're here. We're going to do the smoke effect and a mica tutorial tonight. Okay. And we'll start with the blue cup. All right. I spray painted this earlier this afternoon. So when I got my box, I took it out, I took it apart, I washed it, I wiped it down with alcohol, and then I spray painted it. Hi Candace. Hey Mila, or yeah, I think it said Mila. Hey, how are you guys doing tonight? I'm sorry it took a little longer. I made a late dinner. It was hot today. Excited for the smoke tutorial. Yeah, it's a really fun and simple way to do like a manly type cup. And these are really big sellers, especially with the guys. Women too, but they're really good to do for your husband, your boyfriend, whoever. Yeah, I love using mica too. I got a box, and I'll show you where I got it from. The colors I got with it. It was a really good deal on Amazon. For the micas, it was just something I saw. I didn't go and buy any fancy micas to try them out. I just went on Amazon and got like a box of a ton. Hey from South Carolina, hello. This is Southern Texas and San Antonio. It was super hot here today, so I didn't make dinner till later. I jumped on a little later tonight. So, all right. For my smoke effect, okay, you're going to need a candle. And I just happen to use my Bath & Body Works candles because I have a lot. That is like my coupon store, you know. So I have a lot of these on hand. I don't have a lot of tea lights. So I use my Bath & Body Works candle. Makes my house smell great and I get a cup done. So it's fantastic. Jersey here. Oh, hi. East Coast. Yeah, I'm sorry it's so late. I'm trying always to go earlier, but you know how it is. Nothing ever works out the way you want it to. And I always end up going a little later. So for the blue smoke effect cup, all right, right here, we're going to do the smoke effect on this one. I took it out of the box, I wiped it down with alcohol, and I spray painted it blue. And this is for my husband's coworker, I think. When I first started, I got epoxy from Amazon and it came with 30 colors. I was excited about it. Yeah, you'll sometimes find really great things from Amazon, and if you're a Prime member, you get free shipping. So I totally take advantage of that. Pennsylvania here. Oh yeah, Pennsylvania. Oh, that's a beautiful place. Yeah. Good evening. I hope everybody's enjoying their Saturday night. I was figuring maybe more people would have a chance to hop on and see the tutorials. So if you know, I can't remember everybody that messaged me and wanted notifications. So if you know anybody in the group that was wanting to see it, just tag them and let them know that I'm live so they don't miss it, okay? This is the box of Micas I got off of Amazon. And yeah, I think it was like 50 colors for pretty cheap. And you don't need a lot. And you mix this in your epoxy, or you can do like a galaxy. I'm in New York. Are you local? So for the purple, it's going to be a purple mica swirl. And I'm going to use something called Magical Violet. Now you see how it has a white tint, but it shines purple. Okay, it's going to do the same thing on my cup. Well, it's actually not a cup. It'll be on this can koozie. Okay, so if you ever get orders for this, I'll show you how to design these, which are really cool. This has a stainless steel rim. All right, I'm not going to epoxy or spray paint that. So this has black electrical tape on it. All right, I taped up the rim and then I spray painted it black. All right, and the Magical Violet shows up really, really cool on a black base. So if you're going to use anything where it changes color when applied to a background, I use a black base. I did the same with a Magical Blue on a black base for a OKC NBA team cut for my son, because he's a big Russell Westbrook fan. So I did that for him. And so the can koozie is black. It's going to get the Magical Violet mica and maybe a little bit of the regular color mica. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. And I was thinking maybe even like the creamy white, just to add in a little bit extra oomph instead of just a solid purple. My customer, she did not want glitter purple. She wanted purple without glitter. So I figured mica Thunder. Whoop whoop. Yeah, he's a big OKC Thunder fan, my son. Oh yeah, but he follows Russell Westbrook to the T. And since he went to Houston, which he's always asking since we moved to San Antonio to go to Houston games, Russ was the greatest of all time. Yeah. Don't get me started. He's got all their jerseys. So yeah, the packs of the micas, it came in all these different colors. And they're super pretty, like fuchsia, rose. You get different variations of the colors. So you get a lot of the different pinks, okay? And stuff like that. And then, like I said, this is the Magical Blue I used on the OKC cup. That had a black base, and then I used the blue mica. And it covered it up, and then I put orange inside of it. I kind of swirled it in there for him with a little bit of the blue and the orange and the white. The micas, they come out really pretty. They're super shimmery. You can use, they work great for guy cups too. I used micas for my oldest son's cup. I used alcohol ink for my youngest son's cup, and his was a Lakers cup. So these work really fantastic. You get, I mean, see, you just get a ton of colors, and you just mix these into your epoxy, guys. You just do a little bit of powder, you mix it into your epoxy, and then you apply it to your cup, okay? And these are just super pretty. You think they're really small packs, and when you open them, you don't have a lot of powder, but you don't need to use a lot of powder for micas. Yeah, OKC Thunder. Yeah, I'll have to show him the comments. He's going to be like rooting for it. So yeah, I think that's what I will use. And I think I just put my purples back in here, y'all. I think I did, because I put them in my hand. And then I put them all in the box. Nope, there they are. Okay, so you get this whole, yeah, these work. Like I said, I just labeled it mica powders, and I got it right off of Amazon. It was not super expensive for like 50 different colors. It was pretty awesome. I wasn't going to go spend a lot of money on micas when I was from different companies, when I was just learning how to use them. And I mean, I was totally satisfied with these. Hey, Angel. So these, yeah, I really liked these. And the swirls come out great. So the blue that I used on the smoke cup that we're going to do tonight, okay? The blue for this is this spray paint right here. Yeah, Crystal, they are. So this is the spray paint that I used for this cup. And this is going to be the Smoke Effect cup, okay, guys? I used the Krylon Color Max Gloss True Blue. And it's for an Air Force retired cup. And I couldn't really find true Air Force blue, so I had my husband pick up whatever he could find. And that's what I got. Okay, and then that's how it looks. This is I want to say 2 or 3 coats of paint. And I just do it in strips so you don't get like where the paint just drips down your cup spray painting. Now, usually that doesn't matter if you're going to glitter the cup, but because I'm not, I wanted to try to make sure I didn't get any bubbles or streaks in my paint, okay? Yeah, those micas really are awesome. And they're not super expensive, so they're really perfect for learning how to use your micas starting out. Yeah, I really like them. So, I did get those cups, and then I have another white cup. This is going to be another rainbow glitter swirl order that I got for leopard print. So this will actually have, I'm going to do the rainbow swirl that I showed you guys in my very first tutorial. I think they're like 25. Yeah, a little goes a long way, Crystal. You're right. Hi, Andrea. Thanks for joining us. This is going to be another rainbow swirl that I showed you in my first tutorial. And it's going to have leopard print on it in holographic vinyl and a coffee saying. I had an order from a neighbor for it, and I think it's going to be really pretty. I got some really pretty opal holographic for the spots because she wanted something colorful. So I asked her if it was okay if I did the print, but I did it a little differently instead of just the gold and the brown and the black. I wanted to do something like really sparkly, Lisa Frank-ish, but not in the same way everybody else does. I try to be a little different, at least in my style of designing it. Hi, Tina. I hope you're having a good evening. So this will just be the same glitter swirl tutorial on this cup. And then if you guys want to see me do the leopard print decal, that's fine. I'll show you guys how I'm going to do that too. All right, so just let me know in the comments later on if you want to see me decal for these. Hi, Brandy. Hi, Lori. Thank you. Yeah, I figured I got my cup order in, and I was doing a couple of different orders right now. So I figured if you guys wanted to see how I do it, I'll jump on here and show you since I got to work on it anyway. Okay, so I've still got my other cups to epoxy. I've got the Peekaboo Jurassic that I started a tutorial on. I've got to do one more layer of covering epoxy on the first rainbow swirl so I can put my Golden Girl decals on that. And the crime scene cup, which came out awesome, guys. If you didn't see that tutorial, that was the first time I made a crime scene cup, and that came out really cool. And I posted a video of it glowing in the dark, so that was really neat. To where mom's cup turned out. Yeah, my mom's cup turned out amazing. Yeah, I really like it. She hasn't seen it yet. Since it's for Mother's Day, but I know she's really going to like it. So I'll show you how to do the can koozies with the magic micas. Okay. So I'm going to put that back on the turner. And then we're going to start with the smoke. Okay. So you're going to take it and you're going to get your candle. All right. And like I said, I'm just using, oh, thanks, Lori. Yeah, that crime scene cup came out really neat. And if you guys want more tutorials on laying your vinyl or your decals, I'll totally just go live for you when I'm doing it. It makes it easy for you guys to see, and I don't mind. I'm already doing it, so I might as well just turn on the phone while I'm going about it. I usually just listen to music or something anyway. Okay, so you got your crime scene cup, you got your candle. Okay, see, am I right? Yeah. So, like I said, this is just a Bath & Body Works candle. This is, hi Marva, nice to see you guys. Like I said, if I couldn't remember everybody that always was asking to be notified when I went live. So if you do, just tag them so they see this. But then again, it'll be posted on the page so you guys can come back and watch when you do it, okay? So for the candle, lots of tutorials use tea light candles. You can use whatever candle you have. I didn't go out and just buy a specific little candle to do this. I coupon a lot at Bath & Body, and this is what I happen to have a lot of, are my different candles. So, yeah, I hit up the candle sales and all that. So it smells great, and it smokes my cup. So we're going to smoke effect this. You're going to need a candle and just a regular butter knife or spoon, whatever you choose to use. It's just going to give you the smoke that comes off of your metal utensil is what's going to catch on your paint, okay? And that's all it is. I just use a butter knife because that's what I took out of the kitchen. So that's what I used. All right. So you're going to go ahead, and I'm only going to light one of the flames. This is a 3-wick candle. I'm only going to light one because I don't need all 3. Okay. And then I'll show you how we again. I know, I think my kids everybody's sucking up the Wi-Fi in my house. I'm sorry. I know my husband worked on it for me. We're going to take this. You're going to light just one of the wicks. You don't need all 3. All right. Okay. Okay, you see that? So you're going to take your cup. Is the paint dry? Yes, Penny. I get the spray paint that dries in an hour. I can handle it in an hour. So I prepped my cups earlier today and spray painted them. It was like almost 100 degrees here in San Antonio today. So having them sit outside for a little bit, they completely dried. They dried faster than usual. So, but yes, make sure it's completely dry, okay? You can use it on white spray paint, blue spray paint, whatever. I've done a white smoke effect. If any of you are on my crafts page, you have seen the pictures and the videos of it. And it was another veteran cup too. This one's an Air Force veteran cup. So you're going to take your knife, okay? Make sure it's clean. Make sure nothing's on it. Because if you have anything like crud on it and it's dirty, it'll burn and it'll smell really bad. Okay? So you're going to take it. I know this is a hard angle, so I'm hoping you guys can see the smoke catch. All right? You're going to hold your knife over the flame. Okay? And the smoke is going to rise as the metal turns black. Don't freak out. You're not going to burn or melt your butter knife if you've got a solid metal butter knife, okay? So you're going to take it and you're going to hold it over, and as the smoke rises, you'll turn your cup and let the paint catch the smoke, okay? So you're just going to go like this. Now you see it smoking? I hope you can. It's starting to smoke, and I'm just going to catch and try not to breathe on it and blow it out. My eyes from staring at the flame are... So, all right, see the smoke? And it's going to come, and I'm going to catch it as it comes along. All right, I don't know if you'll see it from your angle, but it's got like really light... Probably can't see it from your angle, but it's got really light smoke attached to it. So, and the darker you want it, the more you hold it and let it catch that smoke, y'all. Okay? The darker you want it, the more you let it catch the smoke. And I want the smoke to show because this is a darker blue. Okay? How long do you let it sit there? Like I said, it just depends on how dark you want your smoke. So not super long. You don't want to melt the paint. Like, see, you see that little black spot right there? Like that. Okay? You see that little black spot? And I know you see that little white. That's kind of where I dropped the cup, but I'll throw a decal over that little white scrape and you won't see it. But see, you see that little bit of black right there? There's your smoke. That's your paint catching the smoke. Now, because this is a darker cup, now white cups, you don't have to hold it and let it get super dark. It catches any light amount of smoke. And see, like I said, see how it gets black? And ain't hurting it. You just wipe it off. Just wipe it off. It ain't gonna hurt your knife at all. You can just keep it as your craft knife. So you're gonna hold it over, like I said, and I'm not gonna try to blow it out. And you're gonna catch it. Okay. Y'all kind of see it? I know the lighting sucks. I swear I'll get a better lamp. Can y'all see that? I think you can kind of see it. Let me know if you can see it, and I'll try to get a, maybe flip the camera around so you can catch it. All right, and you're just gonna hold it. Let your cup catch the smoke. Yes, okay, good. I know there's like a delay in what I see and what you see. Okay. Yeah, see what I mean? It's a darker color, so it will take a little bit extra smoke to start coming up on your cup. Okay? Can y'all see that? Yeah. Just like that, you guys. And it'll catch. Give you a nice pretty swirl. I have heard that if you use a real silver knife, you get more smoke. I do not know if this is true, as I've not been able to go to Goodwill to find a real silver knife because everything is closed. Have you ever used a fork to do that? I know really, this creates enough smoke for you. I guess you could use real silver if that's what you have. I don't know many of us that actually still own solid silver pieces. I did have some from my grandmother, but I think she'd kill me from her grave if she saw me using her real silver for this. Can you do that in glass after that in glass? So are you, Carolee, are you talking about spray painting a glass, like a ceramic glass? I find fork works better. Yeah, and I mean, it's just whatever you prefer. You don't have to use a knife. You can use a fork. You can use a spoon. I use a knife because this is what I already took out of the kitchen. Okay? That's just why I use this. Like I said, everybody's going to do it differently than you. You don't have to do it the same way I do. I'm just showing you the, in general, effects of it. I've used a fork before. I feel like it gets the same effect. Yeah, as long as you're using a utensil that brings up the smoke for your cup to catch it. Okay, that's it. That's all. You can use whatever you want to do it, okay? You don't have to do it the same way I'm showing you. I'm just kind of showing you the basicness of it. You know what I mean? A clear glass, like a wine glass. Hi, Joanne. Nice to see you. And Carolee, yeah, I don't know. I've never done glass yet. I know I, for smoke. A fork. Yeah, Joanne, I guess I could have somebody grab me a fork and bring it, and I'll show you a fork if that's what you guys want. Give me a second. My kitchen is right there. I'll grab a fork if it makes more smoke. Takes less time for me. Just a second. Okay, guys, I got a fork. For all my fork enthusiasts. Okay? Take your fork. It does use more. Look at that. And just catch your smoke, guys. Then you smoke your bottom. Okay. Is this how to make the fireman cups? I've seen some people use the smoke effect for fireman cups. Yeah. Hey, Vicky. Yeah, you can, to do the smoke effect for a fire cup. Yeah. You could spray paint it red and catch the smoke. Do you epoxy it after you've painted it? Yeah. Yeah. I'll probably, some people seal their smoke. Some people don't. Excuse me. And, epoxy it. Yeah. Okay, so you're just gonna, and you can use as little or as much smoke as you want. Okay. Oh no, did mean you had to do both work. Yeah, both work. It's okay. But like I said, if some people couldn't find a knife and they have a fork, at least you see me using both. So that didn't bother me changing it one bit. It's all good. All good. And you're just going to keep catching the smoke. And you're going to decide how dark you want it, okay? Y'all see what I mean? Hi, Christy. Yeah, see? Just like that. It's just however dark you want it. You can go lighter, you can go darker. Because this is a darker spray paint, I'm going to go darker with my smoke than I did my white. Cool. Candace, so cool. Yeah, it is really neat. And I mean, it's a great effect to use for guy cups or a cup in general. It also can give certain cups a distressed look, which is really popular. You could do it with, I know a lot of people are doing the flag cups, the constitutional cups. You could even smoke those a little bit just to give it that little bit of distressing, along with the dry bristle black paint method. Okay. I mean, either way, you can do it however you want. That's the great thing about this. We could all see the same cup being made, and we can all make it differently. Nobody's is ever going to really be the same as somebody else's, just for the fact we all do our own methods our own way. Okay? And see, like, this side has really good catching. Did you spray paint it, then epoxy before you do the smoke? No, so all I did to prep this cup, so I took it out of the box, took it apart, I washed it, I wiped it down with alcohol, I spray painted it, and I coated it 3 times for a good color coat. She did smoke. Yeah. Thank you, Candace. I did. Okay? And you just keep doing however much you want. I mean, I want a little bit darker effect because this is a darker colored cup. Okay? No, actually, because I'm using a Bath and Body Works candle, it's awesome. It smells like, what candle is this? Champagne Toast. So, no, the smoke itself does not give off a smell. No. You don't smell nothing. Okay, can you see that? Just like that. Panda alert. Oh, no, not again. Nice panda head. Ah. Yeah. What was that? Taylor, if you have not seen my last live, that is my husband. Who's the panda? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can't, y'all. I can't. Okay, back to business. Yeah, there we go. There's a panda. Yeah, that's my husband in the background. If he's not getting attention, he will find a way to get attention. So we're going to grab. Keep grabbing that smoke until you're satisfied, y'all. Life of the... He is. He loves it. Yeah, definitely panda. That's your panda. Yeah, Brandy, that's my panda. And the funny part is he's half Filipino, so he's my Asian bear. Hi, Shauna. Good evening. I'm really liking the darker effect of the smoke on this cup because it's really catching it. I definitely want it more exaggerated. I'm trying not to blow it out by breathing on it and talking about it. OMG, same. Yeah. Why do you use the fork? Okay, Katie, I use a fork or a knife. And it's just because of the metal. It releases the smoke when you put it to a flame. And it catches the cup. My dad is from the Philippines. Yeah. So I got my own little Asian bear. And then you're just going to keep catching it, guys, to however much you want. That is cute. He gets on your lives. Yeah. That's going to be most of my lives. Everybody's going to be watching them looking for the panda instead of the cup. Hey, Darcy. So, all right. So, we're going to keep catching the smoke. All right. Just until you're satisfied. You can do this however long, however little you want. It's just what you want to go for your guy cups, y'all. Okay? Yeah, this is looking really rad. I like it. And don't forget your bottom. You can smoke the bottom. Just swirl it around and let it catch all that smoke. There, look at that. Almost makes it look like a marble effect. Am I right? Just a tad. Like blue marble. You see? And that's all it is. That's all your smoke effect is right there, and it's a really popular effect. Do you put decals on before epoxy? No, I'll do one epoxy layer on this to seal it, the smoke, and then I will decal it. It's going to be an Air Force retired cup from my husband's coworker. Love it. It almost looks like a night sky. Yeah. Oh, you know, like a stormy sky. Like, oh, a tornado would look so rad on that, right? If you could hold the smoke and catch it just right, a tornado would look so awesome. Especially because, like, if you live in Tornado Alley, that's pretty sweet. Like a twister cup. Yeah. Now, see, quit rolling my gears. I'm never going to stop. Does your fork get very hot? Yeah, from the flame, it's metal. It'll get hot. Don't touch it and drop it. Can you decal right after, or does it have to be after the first layer of epoxy? That's hard to say. Because if you don't want it to mess up your smears of smoke. So you could try it and see if it works just fine for you. I just personally epoxy it once to seal my paint and seal my smoke, and then I lay my decal. But I mean, that's what I do normal. Just totally up to you. I want this one area just a bit darker, but now I'm sitting here wanting a twister cup, y'all, and I want to throw Bill Paxton, Helen Hunt, her yellow truck, his red truck, and a cow on it. Yeah, now you've got it in my head. Because that is pretty sweet. You could probably do a gray a gray spray paint and do it that way too. Y'all, somebody needs to make a twister cup now. Oklahoma baby. Yes, we need a twister cup, guys. I totally want to make a twister one now. And just try to catch the smoke in it just right. And make a twister with the smoke. That was my favorite movie growing up, Twister. I used to want to chase storms when I was little. If you touch the smoke spots, does it come off? Yes. Yeah. There you go, Brandy. I tried it for you. It does. Sure does. I might have missed it, but do you seal before you epoxy? I might use my clear sealer and seal it. I can't, it's been so long since I did my last smoke effect, I can't remember if I did or not. Then I definitely deal with the epoxy before laying decal. Yeah, I would definitely do the epoxy then, because apparently your oils from your fingers will take the smoke off. So maybe I'd clear spray seal it with your enamel spray and then epoxy it. Seal it, yeah. So how do you epoxy then if the smoke comes off when you touch it? You clear spray seal it and then epoxy it. How does it not come off when you epoxy? My luck, it would come off. Yeah, Tina, so we'll spray seal this with a clear enamel spray twice and let the smoke soak into the paint. All right, let it get fully absorbed and then we'll epoxy it. Okay. But yeah, this is just for the smoke effect, guys. And I didn't get a whole lot of smoke on the bottom, so I'm going to try to add a little more. Yeah. This is pretty sweet. Yes. I'm back. Messed it up, but maybe I was just lucky that time. Yeah, Gabriel, I mean, I don't think when I did it last time I sealed it. I think I just waited overnight and then sealed it. But if you do touch it with your fingers, it comes off. So I wouldn't suggest touching it with your fingers. So do y'all see the smoke effect? How neat. Is that? Right? It came out amazing. But now all I'm seeing is Twister. I don't even want to make it a retiree cup now. I have one spot I want a little bit darker. Oh yeah, that is super neat. So yeah, just however deep and dark you want your smoke is how long you will do this effect, okay? White spray paint, you see it's connecting again. All right, I'm back. I'm sorry it keeps cutting in and out. I'll try working better on my bandwidth for y'all. So, yeah. I've got some spots where it's really dark and others where it's really light. So I'm going to try to even it out. I was thinking spray paint, lightning, then ooh. Yeah, you could probably do like a silver or a chrome vinyl. Print out a lightning bolt off of Google and have your machine cut it and lay the lightning bolt. That would be pretty sweet. Good for flying monkeys or Dorothy. LOL. Yeah. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. I'm sorry, I'm just tuning in. Could you briefly go over the steps to get to this point? Okay, cup, alcohol white, spray paint. I spray painted 3 layers to get a good color. Candle, fork, smoke. Okay, just like that, y'all. I mean, this just came out pretty. And it gives it, excuse me, a great effect. And I'm going to try just to catch a little bit smoke more on the bottom. Yeah, that's awesome. I think I'm going to leave it like that. I sprayed it blue, Deanne. Yes, I did. And I'll show you that blue spray paint I used. That is really neat. I like that. That's really cool. Yep, that's awesome. All right. Don't touch the tips of what you're using. No, I seal with a clear enamel spray. So, all right. That's for the smoke, okay? And then we'll get on with the mica. And look, you just wipe your fork clean. Look at that. Or throw it in the dishwasher. It's so simple. Throw it in the dishwasher. Yeah. You just wipe it clean. And the candle would smell nice too. Yes, bonus. That's why I use my Bath & Body Works candle. I always usually have one going anyway. So whenever I have to do a smoke effect, I just go over to wherever my candle's lit and I just hold it over it. Liking it on the blue now too. White I've done and now I need to try blue. Yeah, Lori. The blue looks super cool. I've only ever done the white, but I wanted to try something different. See? And this is the blue I used. If you like that blue, right here. This is the blue I used. Dried in an hour. It's pretty sweet. Just like that. Okay. So now, smoke effect is done. Okay? Smoke. And I'm so sorry it's loud in the background. Somebody's in my kitchen. Just like that, you guys. Okay. So we're going to set that off to the side and we'll work with it later. I'll seal it and whatnot. Okay. Next, can koozie. Now this was cleaned, spray painted, and that's it. Okay. This is a can koozie from Hog. I got it on Stainless Steel Depot. Okay, and then because the cap screws on, I took electrical tape, excuse me, and taped the rim. If you get chemicals on your rim, your cup won't close right. So you don't get epoxy and spray paint on the rim, I tape it. Okay, that's all I did as I taped it. You see that? And this is just a can koozie off of Stainless Steel Depot. Nothing super fancy. Can you hear my dishwasher? I know it's kind of loud. Did you tape the bottom? No, the bottom just happens to look like this. Dark green would be cool too. Yeah, dark green. I think we should just try the smoke. You can try the smoke effect on any color you want. You know what I mean? Branch out. Definitely. So we're going to mica this. And the micas I'm going to use is the micas I got on Amazon. Magical Violet. Okay, it's white. But if you see real closely when it shines off the screen, it shimmers purple. If you accidentally get on there, though, with an X-Acto knife works great to get it off. Yeah, Gabriella, it does. I just tape it to not have to do so much work on cleaning it off. And if I do get any under the tape, then I use my X-Acto knife and a little acetone and spray it off. Yeah. And look, I'm all smoky. Crafting's always messy. So I'm going to use Magical Violet and a little bit of regular violet and a little bit of white. All right, kind of give it like a little swirl inside of it. And I'll show you, I break a popsicle stick and use like those little splinter pieces and swirl the white in. Does that make sense? I'll show you, you'll see it. And I just swirl it in there. I have the same turner. Yeah, I got this on Amazon. This was my first cup turner. It came out really, really well. So you're going to put your gloves on because you are mixing epoxy, okay? My hands are sweaty and I don't know why. Do you mica the lid also? So no, the lid for the koozie was black. Let me show you. It's a 12-ounce Hoggy 2.0. Okay. And the lid, see, it's already black. And I'm not gonna mess with that because it's just gonna attach right onto that. So the purple and the black look fine together as it is. I'm not gonna epoxy and color the rubber. I don't want to mess it up because this is just plastic. It's not double-walled stainless steel. This is just plastic. So I would not put epoxy on that. No. Okay. And that blue smoke effect was a 24-ounce tumbler. Okay. Honey, turn the dishwasher off for now, please. Okay, sorry guys. I know my dishwasher's kind of loud. So I asked him to turn it off. Do you ever put mica over a glittered cup in small dresses? Yeah, that's similar to like a Milky Way. In a way. I know Milky Ways are usually used with acrylic paint. I've Milky Wayed with my mica. And it came out really pretty. It shimmered more than the paint did. People are around me, distracting me. So we're going to take our medicine cup, and I'm going to put this aside so you can see me mess with the epoxy. And I don't know where my Sharpie is. Let me see if I can go grab my Sharpie real quick. Just a second. Okay, guys. Got my Sharpie. I did a mica Milky Way yesterday. It does really shimmer. Yeah. That's how I did mine. The whites are really pretty, but I just liked how the white for the mica shimmered. And it gave it a little extra touch. So, for this, you don't need a whole lot of epoxy as an adhesive. But because I have a black cup over here that I need to epoxy anyway. And this is just going to get a regular black glitter for my mother-in-law. It's going to be a Louis Vuitton cup for her. So it'll just have a basic sparkly black glitter on it, and then I'm going to gold vinyl it. Okay, so I'll use, and they're both small, so I'll just use the 20. And I mark my medicine cup, y'all, just because then I remember how much I pre-mixed. And it kind of just makes it easier for me to remember. Okay? I'm going to move this out of the way. And I'm waiting for my gallon jars of epoxy to come in, but this is the epoxy I use. Amazing Clear Cast, okay? Everybody has a favorite brand of epoxy. I use Amazing Clear Cast because I haven't had any issues with it. So you're going to get your popsicle stick and your cup that you're going to mix your epoxy in, okay? And you're going to take your A, and you're going to pour it into your line. And A for Amazing Clear Cast is super thick. So I squeeze it a couple times to get to the line so it doesn't take forever. And I drop it down so it's level with the table. And then I make sure it's completely level. Okay, can you guys see that? That's 20 mLs of A. Okay, and then I take my popsicle stick and I'm going to scoop it into the snack cup. And you want to make sure you get it all out. Okay. Just like that. Epoxy can be like the longest process. But that's just how, I mean, there are people who use spray adhesives to do their glitter. And since this is mica, you need to use the epoxy. That's the whole effect. Okay, so there's A, B. Okay, and you're just gonna follow. B is thinner, so don't pour as fast. And it's the one that has a tad bit of a smell to it. And I pour too much, so a little bit back into the bottle. And a little bit more. Okay. I use syringes. They're amazing for exact measurements. Yeah, I have some extra syringes sitting around. I just didn't grab one. I usually just pour right out of the bottle. I don't have any issues with that. But since I got the gallon of epoxy, I bought the pumps with it. So I'll just pump it out. They're the 1 fluid ounce pumps that you stick into the jar. All right, and then you're just going to pour your epoxy into this. Just like that. You just scoop it all out. Okay? And then you're going to stir. And you do go slowly to get the least amount of bubbles. And I know there are some fast set epoxies that I'm going to try out too. It's supposed to cut your cup making time in like half. So those are going to be cool. So I'm hoping everybody's having a good weekend. It was a really hot Saturday here. And like I said, if there's any questions you have, you can message me. You can message my crafts page. You can go check it out. And if there's any cups on there that you want to learn how to do, you can just let me know and I'll help try to set up a tutorial for you guys. I know there's a lot of people still wanting me to show you how I do. I literally print water slides and cut them, the print and cut feature on my silhouette. I can try to do that for you guys too. So you just stir, and then lots of people heat up their epoxy. I heat up my epoxy, and I use my heat gun. Curious if there's a reason why the epoxy can't be measured in the same cup. Just because I like to be really precise. I measure it in here, dump it in another, and because there's so much I'm using, it would overflow in this cup. You see what I mean? There would be way too much epoxy in this, and it would overflow, and I couldn't scoop it. Yeah. So that's why I put it in a bigger cup, because I make so much at one time. Because most of the time I'm always making multiple cups, or I throw it in a mold. 40 milliliters won't fit it. Yeah, Deanne. 40 milliliters doesn't fit in a medicine cup. So I always pour it into a bigger cup. And it gives me more room to stir. It's not so small. It's harder to stir correctly in a smaller cup. Because I always end up flipping it somewhere else. So we're just going to keep stirring. If you have bubbles, it's okay because you're using this as an adhesive. Yeah. So I just continuously heat mine as I go, and I mix it to warm it up, and it brings the bubbles to the surface and pops them. Does that make sense? I know epoxy can seem really intimidating because it's so specific on how much you have to use it, but once you get used to using it, it's a lot of fun. You can do so many things with epoxy and different crafts other than cups. And I've been kind of branching out into those different things too when I make a bunch of extra epoxy. I make a ton of different molds. Well, no, I wouldn't say a ton, but I make a ton of molds. And I've been getting more. So that's getting pretty good. It's nice and warm. A lot of people warm their bottles in like bottle warmers for baby bottles. And I've thought about that too, but since I got a gallon jug, that would not fit in a baby bottle warmer. Okay, so you're just going to keep mixing until it's clear, okay? Till you can see through it. I poured it on the table. Oops. Wipe it up with a paper towel. That's what it's for. I one time molds for like keychains. Yeah. Audra. Yeah, I have alphabet mold, a heart mold I use for glitter samples, and a cross mold. Oh my god, yes. And don't make the mistake of measuring incorrectly. It's a strip weight. Yeah, Deanne, it is. Epoxy is so stinking specific. If you do not measure just right, if you don't take out the bubbles, if it's so particular. It really is. The smell doesn't bother you at all. No, Jennifer, for me, like I said in my other tutorials, a lot of people ask me that. I don't experience a smell with Amazing Clear Cast. That doesn't mean you won't. I'm just saying that's how I am. I don't smell anything. I don't get any horrendous fumes. I haven't had any allergic reactions to it, as well as anybody in my household. My youngest son has chronic asthma. So I try to, that's why I'm kind of... I follow your advice yesterday of slow stirring, and yes, ma'am, I had less bubbles in my cup. Yeah, slow stirring. I like the straw toppers. Yeah, Tina, I'm wanting to get a couple of straw topper molds. I just haven't seen with any customers I've had lately interest in a straw mold on top of their cup. But they do love the keychains. You know, they love the little alphabet initial keychains, and I will mix it in the same color as their glitter cup, and then they can attach it to their keys. They really seem to like that. And it's just their initial. So, yeah. See, it's nice and thin. Well, not thin. But, I don't, like I said, I don't experience any smell from Amazing Clear Cast. Masks are so hard to come by right now. So, thankfully, the epoxy and the chemical I use does not affect me. It doesn't affect anybody in my house. That's also one of the reasons I'm nervous about switching chemicals. Because I could be allergic to a different epoxy brand. I could experience a lot of smells. I could, my kids could be allergic to it, my dogs. So I don't do that. My big window over here is also always open when I'm messing with epoxy, okay? So I get a lot of ventilation in my room, okay? I never do it in a closed area. Don't do it in a closed area. Okay, I hope you can see this. We're going to start the can koozie, y'all. We got our epoxy ready. And we got our micas. So what I'm going to do is, since it's micas, I'm going to take my 40 mLs of epoxy. I'm going to get two, well, how many colors do I got? 3. So I'm going to do 3 smaller cups. You see that? I'm going to take a little bit of epoxy from each one into each one. And I'm not really measuring it, I'm just kind of covering the bottom. Okay, you see that? I have 3 little medicine cups here with epoxy in them. And it's just about the equal amount. I just covered the bottom. Okay? Just like that. I'm going to take my colors. I'll start with my Magical Violet because that is the major coverer. So I'm going to add the one that I'm going to have my main color in. I'm going to add a little bit more epoxy to that one. So that way I know I cover the whole cup. Alright, I'm going to take my mica powder. Going to open the bag. And I cleaned my straw, I cleaned my popsicle stick on my paper towel, guys. I wiped all the epoxy off of it, and it's the same one I used to mix. Okay? So that way, waste not, want not. So I'm going to set my other 2 color mixes over here. I'm going to scoop out just like a topper amount on my stick. Okay? I'm going to drop it into the epoxy. And it just depends on how dark you want your mica colors, guys. So I dropped like just this little bit in. And I'm going to stir it into the epoxy. Where do you buy the medicine? I got them like for 100 on Amazon. Yeah, just like 100 of them on Amazon. Now you're going to mix your mica powder into your epoxy. Okay, and it's going to get this milky, light violet color to it, and that's going to look amazing on that black background. Okay, when you look at this in the light, it already shimmers violet. Okay, see how it got kind of a milky texture from the clear? You see that? It was clear and then it's milky from the mica powder. And do you see that purple shimmer? It's so pretty. Yeah, just like that, guys. And just let me know you're seeing it with like thumbs up and stuff, just so I know you guys, my camera angle's okay. So we've got our Magic Violet. Now we're going to take our other 2 medicine cups. Wipe your popsicle stick. Even though they're all purple, I still wipe them clean. Okay, good. You guys are seeing it. I got a 400 pack on it. Yeah, Wendy, I don't go crazy buying all of the different types of micas, because the ones on Amazon work really well for me and they're not super expensive. I save a lot. Liz, thank you. Yeah, you guys are welcome. So I'm going to drop. I don't want the purple super strong because I already have the Magical Violet. So just a little bit. Okay? See that? Drop it in there. Then you're going to mix it. And this I'm just going to drizzle over the Magical Violet. And it looks a little blue, but it's violet. We all know violet is a bluish, has a lot of blue tint in it. You see that? That's the violet. They're 100 for $1.48. Oh yeah, that's awesome. I got like 100 cups. I think it was on Amazon for $3. So $1.48 is even better. Okay. So we got our Magical Violet and our regular violet, and now I'm going to do the white. And then you'll see me break this in half and use it to make a swirl. $12.99. Yeah. See, I can never remember how much I pay for stuff because sometimes I'm ordering so much at one point. I don't remember. Okay. So now you're going to take your white. It's super shimmery, guys. So when you get an order that's they don't want glitter, but they want something pretty, I use Micas. Alcohol ink is great too, but I love the Micas because it still gives you some sort of shimmer. I've ordered from them for years as I breed Shelties. Very good company. Oh, good. It's always good when you can hear from somebody that uses a company regularly and can give you a straight out review. Okay. You see this one? This is the white. And you just mix this into your epoxy, you guys. Just a little bit. A little bit goes a long way with mica. You're going to close your bag so we do not waste our powders. So we have our white, we have our violet, and our magical violet. This is all going on this black can koozie. Okay? So the first thing I'm going to start with is the magical violet, because that's going to be my purple base. And it's going to shock you. It's so awesome. I did it with a magical blue, like I said earlier, for my son's Thunder Cup, and it was so sweet. All right, now you have your black base, okay? This is the magical violet, okay? You're going to see the violet come out as soon as it goes on the black base, okay? So always make sure your cup's clean. Wipe it off. I don't think this touched anything after I spray painted it, but just to be sure there's no like flying dust, hair, spare glitter anywhere, because when you work with glitter, it's everywhere. All right, you're going to take your magical violet and you're going to pour it on the cup and you're going to swish it out. Do you see this, guys? Look at that. OMG, y'all. Look at that. Yeah, right? It's so awesome on the black base. And you're just going to spread it all over. And then we'll go up and down. Get a good even coat. Right? I told y'all, this is amazing stuff. I love the magical hue. Because it looks white and it confuses you, but on a black base, it so pops. Hey, Tanya. And since this has those little dips on the bottom, you want to make sure you get in that dip. What is it called? It's called Magical Violet. It came in my set of mica powders. So it's like one of those, it looks white and you go, it's got no color on it. How is that going to work? Put it on a black base and it just comes right out. Don't forget the bottom. And it's going to even out. You're going to see your streaks more, but it's epoxy, so it evens out on its own. Y'all see that? How awesome is that on a black base? Look at that shimmery purple, you guys. That is so pretty. Anytime I get orders for colors and it's not, they don't want glitter, I go to my micas. Sometimes I'll do alcohol ink, but I just love how the micas look because it still gives it that glittery shimmer. So you still get a little like pop. Yeah, awesome possum. Yeah, I love it. That's pretty sweet. And that's the Magical Violet, you guys. Like I said, it was white in the bag. And it had like a purple shimmer. It is really cool. That is, where's the bag? This one. On a black base. Is that not sweet? That is so pretty. And I'm just going to let it spin and coat the cup, and I'm going to heat it up a little bit because it's epoxy. It likes heat. It'll spin and cover and coat your cup evenly, no streaks. You just let it do its work. Heat up the bottom. Heat up the top. Don't get this too close because you will burn it. And then that's bad. Just a little back and forth motion. Just like that. Okay? And you're going to let it spin in a little bit. And that purple is amazing. Look at that off the shine of the foam. Just gorgeous. Don't worry about the lines. They will fill out themselves as the cup spins. Is that not awesome? I love that purple shimmer. Just awesome. All right. So we're going to let this even out. The magical violet even out. All right. We're going to let it spin for a little, just a few. How long do you let it spin? Just a couple of minutes. I'm going to let it spin and get that. You'll notice it because all the lines will start blending together. You understand what I mean? All of these lines will start blending together. You won't see where I was smearing it. It'll just coat. Does that make sense? It'll coat itself as it spins. So what I'm going to do now is, even though how much I love how that looks on its own, and you can even make it darker if you add more powder into your epoxy, but I think that's pretty sweet the way it is because we're going to do the other color. And we're going to swirl it and drizzle it, and then I'll show you how I break the popsicle stick and I swirl it around, okay? So we're going to take your other violet, and that has a little bit bluer tint, and since this has a bit pinker tint, that's going to look really cool. Okay, so we're going to take it, and we're just going to drizzle it, guys. Just kind of up and down. I always like sideways. That's just how I roll with it. You don't have to do it any particular way. Like I said, that's kind of the whole point of these is we're going to throw them up and down however we want. And don't worry about the lines. When I show you how I swirl it, you'll see why. You're just going to want to make sure you get it on there. Okay, you see me just drizzling it? Just back and forth, you guys. And don't forget the bottom. So I drop it on the bottom and I let it drop down on its own. When it comes round, it'll drop on its own down the bottom of the cup, and it'll swirl all by itself. I love that color. Yeah, it's super pretty. This is violet and magical violet. Okay, so one's a little pinker, one's a little bluer. And then you're going to see what I mean by I'm going to swirl it. So I think that's a good amount of purple. I wanted a good amount of purple because that's what my customer wanted. Just like that. Okay, that's got some pretty good swirls. I think I got it pretty good. Okay, oh, maybe a little more on the bottom. So I'll just take it and drop it up and down. There we go. Okay, so we're going to put the violet down. Now we're going to use the white. There's the white. Okay. You're going to take it and you're going to do the same thing you did with the violet. Okay? Mix it up a little bit and you're going to drizzle. Y'all see this? It's so pretty. And just wait till you swirl it with the popsicle stick. You'll see what I mean. I don't want a whole lot of white because she mostly wanted purple. But white is such a great offset color. You see that? Isn't that pretty? It's such a great offset. Because you want your basic colors to pop. If you use too much of one color and you don't give it something that's going to stand out, it all blends in together. On Silhouette, should I get Business Edition? Joanne, I've been myself debating that myself. And I don't know how I feel about that yet. I know it's on sale on a couple of sites. I haven't had any need to get the Business Edition. The plain edition that came with it has worked for me just fine. Okay. Those colors, I love how the white pops. Right, and yes, they're all mica powders. All mica powders. I know, and she wanted purple, but that white just gives it a little something more. Hi, Yvette. You know, and that's what I'm kind of going for. I just wanted a little, like, boom. And I'm going to show you how I swirl it. It's going to look phenomenal. It's not even done yet. So, let it swirl a little bit. I'm going to let them blend. And then you're going to take your popsicle and snap it in half. Okay. You see how it's got like the ridges? Can y'all see that? Let me know if you're seeing that. The ridges. You want the ridges. Okay? I get 20 a month, but the $150 free stuff on the font pictures anymore. Yeah. Get new mats and blades. Yeah, being part of like the Silhouette group really helps too. You get lots of bonuses. I ordered 1,000 cups and my total was 14. Medicine cups? That's a lot. All right, so you're going to take your broken, rigid popsicle stick, okay? And you're going to take it and you're going to swirl it up and down, kind of as the cup turns. Can y'all see that? You want the ridges to work in your favor. If you wanted to add glitter to mica, when would you do it? Yeah, you could do your mica swirl, and then you could do some epoxy that's sitting aside with a little glitter added in it. I get something called Magic Dust from My Glitter Addiction, and I really love that when I use a cup that, if I ended up having a hot neon glitter that went really matte under the epoxy, I'll add that sparkle dust in it with my final layer, and it really makes it pop. This cup has so much depth with this. It really does. I know you can't see it up close, but it is getting so much. And then we're going to swirl the bottom. Just create your waves. Do you see that? I might add a little more purple. I did end up with a lot of white. So I'm going to drizzle in a little more purple. I'm going to drizzle in a little of that magical violet. And this is just like fiddling with it until you like it. I think a little bit more of the dark. Do you use the heat gun to this? No, I don't. I mean, you could. You could probably try it with that. I just swirl it with the popsicle stick. That's what I use. It's just my popsicle stick. I mean, we could try to hit it with a heat gun a little bit and see how it goes. You don't want all your colors to blend, you know? You don't want to end up them all becoming the same color. You want that color definition without heating it. And I'll pick up the phone and turn it around so you guys can see. I think the swirls give it great texture. And you just go from top to bottom. Maybe a blow dryer on a cool setting to give it a push look. Yeah, maybe a blow dryer. But I mean, I want more of the swirl. And I feel like if I heat it up too much, it's going to become like a blobby mess. And it's going to get rid of the color. You never thought of what? Like using the popsicle stick or what? Like breaking it and swirling it? Do y'all see the swirl? Now that I'm really getting them mushing together a little bit. The swirl gives it depth. I think it gives it like a cool, almost 3D effect. Does that make sense? Like a 3D looking. Yeah, and the ridges on your popsicle stick really help. Can y'all see that? Mine always blend together. Yeah, and that's why I'm not really heating it with the heat gun. Just for the fact, I don't want all of my colors just becoming one solid color. I want you to see each and every color I used up in here. If you understand that. Yes, the popsicle. I just happened, like, before I was breaking up my popsicles to save them. And when I did my son's Russell Westbrook cup, and he needed the blue and the orange and the white, I figured I would try to do something different. And I just broke it. I just used the broken end of it. I accidentally did it on... I did it on accident. I was using the round end, and I had turned the popsicle stick around in my hand. And I ended up doing that, and I actually ended up liking it. Mine always turns into a big gray mess when I mix colors. This looks so, and that's why I don't heat it. I just make kind of just softly. I'm not pushing too hard. How long do you have to? However long you want. It's just wherever, however much definition, however much waves you want. You don't have to sit here and swirl forever. It's however you start liking it. I wait until I'm getting the effect I want. Does that make sense? And then I'm just going to swirl the bottom. And you're just kind of going a zigzag. And you don't want to push too hard because you don't want any harsh lines. You just want it to be swirling together. Okay, so what I'll do is I'm going to grab the camera and I'll turn this around, and then I will show you the swirl from my end, and you'll be able to see it. And I think this is a really good purple. I'm not seeing too heavy of a color in one area. Okay, let me grab it and turn it around. Can I do it this way with the Milky Way, or do I have to heat it? The Milky Way, everybody does theirs a little differently. They'll do their glitter swirl. Then you'll take your either white acrylic paint or your white mica. I used white mica powder on my Milky Way, and I drizzled it in between like that. You can definitely swirl it around. Do it different. I mean, you won't know if you like it unless you try it out. And that's kind of what happened with me using the popsicle stick. I have seen other people do it, but for me, it was honestly just an accident because I turned my popsicle stick around and I wasn't paying attention. And it's one of those happy accidents like Bob Ross used to say. So I'm going to grab the camera and turn you around. And then I'm going to glitter my, I got to glitter my black cup. So let me see. Let me grab y'all. And I'm going to flip you around, okay? Turn on the flash. Look at that. And that's just the mica powder with the swirling effect. And I'll swirl it more on the bottom. But yeah, just like that, you guys. I think that came out really cool. It gives it so much depth. And see how shimmery it is? So it keeps it like, it gives it definitely texture and some, yeah, I told you it looks better in the light from my point of view. It gives it more texture. Ooh, hold on, I flipped you around. Oop, there we are. Yeah. With the micas, it gives you that really pretty shimmer. So when you have a customer that doesn't want glitter, I think the shimmer is your go-to. For me, I'll do the shimmer in the mica powder. I really like how that looks. Yeah, it's really pretty. I think she's really gonna like it. It's a mother-daughter cup. But yeah. And sometimes it's hard to tell yourself to like stop touching it. So I'm going to leave it like this, and it'll spin overnight, and then it'll get another a top coat, and then it'll decal. Okay. But I do need to swirl the bottom more. I never try to ignore the bottom. Yeah, the bottom looks really cool now. Just swirled it a little bit with my finger. Okay, so that's the smoke effect. That's the mica effect. I'm going to go ahead and I need to glitter this black cup with some Deep Space Chunky. So, unless you guys want to hang out and see that too, I'll go ahead and pop off for now and get that finished. You can use your leftover mica swirls in your molds. You don't have to throw it away. If you made a little bit more, throw it in a mold. I'll probably do that so I don't waste it. Okay? But this is the mica effect, and I showed you the smoke effect. And the mica powders I got on Amazon. That pinkish one is Magical Violet. Go for it. I mean, yeah, if y'all want to hang out, I'll show you. I'm just glittering a black cup. If you want to see the black glitter I use. I used the white on this. And I used the violet. Okay? Thank you. This was awesome. Yeah, I'm glad you guys liked it. I'm really happy with how it came out. I did a zipper cup and forgot to glue the zipper. And had to babysit it for about 2 hours. Yeah, I haven't done a zipper cup yet. I don't know if I want to mess with it that far. So I'm going to throw this. You're welcome, guys. I'm going to throw this on my other turner right over here, if it'll come off. Okay. So I have duplicate turners of this pink one. So I have some set up back here that I just let spin. Okay. So I'm really glad you guys liked that. I'm going to work on this cup and glitter it. This will just be black glitter. So I will talk to you guys later. Let me know if there's any other tutorials you want to see. I know there's a lot of things. I guess I could show you the black glitter I like to use, my go-to, if I can find it. I know I should have set it out earlier. This was great. Yeah, I'm so glad you guys liked it. And I mean, Micas, they can be kind of intimidating if you don't know what you're doing with it. And all you do is throw it into your epoxy. Okay? I found my black. So yeah, just with this black cup, it'll get black glitter. And I really love Deep Space Chunky from Glitter Chimp. I've also used Starry Night from Grateful Glitters, I think it is. And those are really awesome. So I'm going to pop off. This gets a basic glitter swirl. Okay, so if there's any other tutorials you guys want to see, let me know. I'll work on getting some practice cups. Soon we'll be able to do the second step for the Jurassic Motherhood Peekaboo. It gets one more layer of epoxy and then spray paint. So I'll let you guys go and I'll show you when I spray paint it, okay? So everyone have a fantastic Saturday night and stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll talk to you guys soon.